All right, well, I'm Erin Goodpipe. I'm a proud Dakota woman from Standing Buffalo, Dakota Nation. I am pursuing a Bachelor of Indigenous Education at the First Nations University of Canada, and I'm also a research assistant at the Indigenous Peoples Health Research Center. Another thing I'm really proud of is being eldest sister to 6 siblings. And I really love my Jeep, and I'm kind of a road trip warrior. So, yeah, that's a little bit about me.
We're hauling away Cadmus's bingo van. As you can see, texting and driving kids is not good.
Oh, RezX was quite the learning curve. You know, speaking in front of the camera and feeling those nerves and having everybody's eyes on you, I really learned about the TV presence and just having to be a TV person and always on the go and always knowing what to say is really tough. As well as it takes a whole crew to make this. Oh, season 2, I'm looking forward to tons of new laughs. I'm looking forward to the creative part of RezX. I know that we have a lineup of really new ideas that are coming out. I really enjoyed the Christmas special, right? We got out into the community. We had more RezX members come out, and we just had a blast just being around each other and capturing it on film, just like the Indigenous spirit, right? So I'm really excited for that.
My name's Cadmus Delorme. I'm 33 years old. I'm a member of the Cowes First Nation. I currently work at the First Nations University of Canada. I am the student recruitment officer, so I encourage students to get to school and then help them stay there. I'm also in university right now in a master's program called Public Policy. I'm married to a my wonderful wife is Kimberly. I have no kids that I know of. We do have 2 dogs. We're practicing right now to be great parents. When you come into the green room, as they call it in the studio, and you're looking into a camera, and I felt like a deer in headlights. I had no response coming at me, so I think that was probably one of my biggest challenges. But one of my greatest memories could be just showcasing so much talent out in Treaty 4 territory, and then the wonderful team that RezX has. We're pretty much all, here not getting any money. We're just all here to make a difference with a show. And it really shows that we're all very passionate about it. So that's what I got out of season 1. Maybe you'll see me on another Access 7 for wrestling.
And maybe not.
But also at the same time, there's so many stories out there that RezX can cover. I just want to make sure that we kind of balance it out between sports and education, and at the same time, grow RezX into its potential, because right now we're just past the beginner stage, and we're just beginning our growth. So I'm really excited to be part of the team, and season 2, I think, is really going to set it to a whole new level.
Delorme for RezX.
This episode of RezX is brought to you by SIGA, the Saskatchewan Indian Gaming Authority.
Welcome to another exciting season of RezX,
an Indigenous lifestyle show for everyone.
I'm your co-host, Erin Goodpipe.
And my name is Cadmus Delorme.
Oh, so how have you been, Cadmus? It's been many moons.
Yes, I've been great. Enjoying the family time. I'm in school. I'm working. I'm excited for season 2. There's so much things I learned from season 1 that I just want to implement in season 2.
We're getting better with that learning curve, aren't we? A little bit, you know?
Not looking like a deer in headlights.
Yeah. And I'm blinking too much. We're getting better at it. Man, it's been many moons. So like Justin Trudeau, he's our prime minister now. What do you think?
A lot has changed since episode 1. You know, with with a new government, you got new ideas, new direction. Regardless, the people chose it, and I'm very optimistic about the future. A lot of promises, and I'm excited to see where it's going to go, and even maybe be a part of the change as well.
For sure, that's awesome, Cadmus. And Star Wars, how'd you like Star Wars?
Star Wars, I've never.
I'm so stoked.
Did you watch it?
I did. I was like 3 times.
Nice. I've never watched Star Wars till this show.
What?
I was never a Star Wars fan.
Oh,
but it was good. I got the tutorial. I knew this was the 7th show. 1, 2, 3 came out in the 90s.
Oh no.
4, 5, 6 came out in the 80s or 70s. So I kind of got the Star Wars tutorial, but great show. And my wife and I really liked it.
That's good, as long as you're for the next one.
But season 2, a lot of great things. People out there really gave me good feedback on the show.
Yeah, I kept hearing lots about the show. It's so great.
Yes.
I'm so happy to be back.
Yeah, and with kind of love in the air in this episode that we're about to do, I just gotta say, you're looking very pretty.
New Year's resolutions.
Awesome. Well, let's get this show started. Each year, the Regina Aboriginal Professional Association produces a Proud Generation calendar featuring First Nation and Métis role models. This year's launch was at First Nations University of Canada, and RezX was there.
We are actually celebrating the launch of the 2016 Proud Generation calendar. The calendar has raised over $60,000, handed out over $60,000 in bursaries over the last 11 years. And it's just to recognize the achievements of Aboriginal youth and professionals in the region of Saskatchewan.
I've done public speaking, and I've offered to help in school charities and programs.
Well, this year, we had so many applications, over 40, so it was really hard to narrow it down. And they have really amazing stories. They've all been on great journeys, and I know anybody that purchases a calendar and reads through the bios, you can't help but be inspired by these youth and professionals.
Part of being a proud generation, really what that is our community is surrounding those that we're proud of. So we're thrilled with what you're doing with your life, and we know that that's going to benefit all of us.
I like to, give back to the community and just help with my younger brothers and cousins, and just reserves all over. Actually, I just want to help out the First Nations culture.
It's a humbling experience to be able to go through all of the applicants. Every applicant is a success story, regardless if they were chosen or not. And we have to remember that it's important for us to encourage leadership as well as confidence. We want people to be proud of who they are, and a Proud Generation specifically is designated in order to be able to help individuals be proud of who they are. And we really just want to be able to help push them forward and give them the tools that are needed through success, whether they become mentors or leaders in their community. We just want to foster a good relationship with these youth so the next generation can have those opportunities and even more opportunities.
Our next story is on the First Nations Rodeo night at the Exhibition. We were there, now you'll be there too.
Welcome to the Canadian Western Exhibition, and welcome to the Canadian Cowboys Association Finals Rodeo. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is First Nations night at the Canadian Cowboys Association Finals Rodeo.
Tonight we're here with Mr. Elmer Shappy from the Carry-the Kettle Nakota Nation. Elmer is on the Board of Governors for the Exhibition, and tonight he is head of the First Nations theme night. So Elmer, thanks for taking the time to interview with us. How did tonight come upon? How come there's First Nations night at the rodeo for Exhibition?
I had an idea of having a Canadian First Nation Championship rodeo. So I kind of had the idea, and it kind of sat with me for a few nights, and back in 1999 I came up with this idea. We're actually celebrating our 5th year anniversary for the First Nation Pavilion at the Canadian Western Agribition. So to me, this year marks 17 years that it took me to this far. The reality, and now what you see tonight, you have a full house of First Nation people. So I hope everybody had a great time tonight.
Hey guys, I'm at the Agribition here, reporting live with Chantal Redmond, who just sang for the whole crowd the Dakota National Anthem. It gave me shivers, Chantal. What was that experience like for you?
It was a really great experience singing on behalf of all the First Nations here in Saskatchewan. Can't explain how overwhelmed and grateful I am to get this opportunity for us First Nations people and for the Agribition Rodeo here in Regina.
So I have the opportunity and privilege of standing here with 2 chiefs from the communities within Saskatchewan. I got Chief Margaret Bear on my left, Ochapowace First Nation, and Chief Connie Big Eagle on my right, Ocean Man First Nation. So tonight's theme was honoring First Nation leaders within the communities, and Connie, being a leader in a community and standing out in the rodeo tonight as the audience clapped and cheered for all First Nation leaders. How did that make you feel?
It made me feel nervous, but it made me feel proud as well, because it's a wonderful opportunity for us to be recognized as the first people of this territory and being honored here at the Agribition.
So Margaret, being a leader in Saskatchewan today, there's a lot of challenges and opportunities. So when those little kids and teenagers, look up to you and their eyes light up when you get up and speak as a chief, how does that make you feel?
To know that why I'm there is because of those little ones. That's it, to ensure that their well-being is looked after, their future is promising, and to work with our young people, our youth. Very important to get everybody involved. So being a woman chief, it's a very, very, very prestigious honor.
I'm with Rebecca Sangways, and she just danced on behalf of all the First Nations leaders. Rebecca, how was that experience for you?
It was a really awesome experience. It was short, sweet, and quick. But just to be able to be asked to represent all of the women chiefs was a really big high honor. And it just makes me want to be a better person, and to get out there more in the community. And I really enjoy doing things like this, and it makes me want to be a positive person and shed some of my positive light with people. So definitely it was a high honor. It was awesome, and I loved it.
Hey guys, I'm with a bunch of real-life cowboys at the Agribition.
My name is Mark Trabish. We are wild horse racers. It's a 3-man team event where we basically have to saddle a horse and get our rider on top of the horse and around a barrel at the end of the arena.
My name's Tim Monroe. My job is to go ahead and catch the horse on the head and put him in a headlock and subdue him while my friend Riley here decides to get on and go for a ride.
Hey guys, it's your co-host Erin here at Agribition. I'm here with
Joe Francis.
Do you guys just want to tell me a little bit about some of the events that you guys participate in?
Well, I've been going bareback this year in the Canadian National Finals Rodeo Tour, and also Kenton and I are members of the Canadian Cowboys Association. I'm also a competing judge here in the CCA. I work saddle bronc as well, and also do a little bit of steer wrestling. I entered quite a few rodeos in Alberta and a little bit in the States. I've been traveling all summer long. I competed and qualified in the bareback. Went down to compete in Las Vegas just a couple weeks ago.
Wow. Well, congratulations, and thank you for having an interview with us. Good luck. Yahoo! That was a great story. We'll be back with more RezX soon.
Let's make 2016 the year of you. Try to exercise daily. Yes, access hyperspeed internet surfing counts. Push yourself. Binge watch an entire season of that TV show. Remember that tomorrow starts today. Once you set your PVR to record, and always feel the burn of insanely fast access hyperspeed internet. Find out more at technologythatworks.ca.
This year marks the 10th anniversary of Access Communications TV Bingo, and we're giving you even more chances to win. Cards are just $12 and are available wherever you see the TV Bingo sign. All proceeds go to the Access Communications Children's Fund. If you're looking to have some fun, win some cash, and support a great cause, play TV Bingo. Saturdays at 5 p.m. only on Access 7.
Something new to RezX that we added this season is the weekly podcast, which you can find on our website and you could watch right now. This week's podcast is showcasing the lack of Indigenous street names in Regina.
Hi there, welcome to the Rez Experts. My name is Jason Bird.
I'm Danica Patterson.
I'm your co-host, Erin Goodpipe.
And I'm Lonnie Elliott.
And today we're going to be discussing the fact that the city of Saskatoon wants to have Aboriginal names on their streets, parks, and neighborhoods. It's a new initiative that they passed just recently here in September, and right now they're currently in the process of renaming 16 different places. So I want to get some of the panel's thoughts. Is this something that we should bring to Regina as well?
I definitely think that we should bring it to Regina, considering Regina is, isn't it predominantly on Indian land? Isn't it called Pile of Bones? Isn't that what it means?
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Yeah, I agree with that too. As mentioned before, the Rough Riders actually have, is it their own neighborhood?
I think street names.
Street names. So I just kind of feel like, you know, First Nations people were here first, and we have some prominent key figures there, and in honoring that, with saying that they're honoring our culture. So, yeah.
The Métis contingent?
No, I agree with that, and I think it'll cause people to ask questions, and even as we were saying, like pronunciation, just getting that into the culture, and yeah, more so educating people.
Yeah, I really like that too with the pronunciation, because it forces people to have to remember these street names, so therefore they're kind of remembering our culture too, right?
So would you use syllabics? Is that something we could possibly use on street names, or would that be too confusing for the majority population?
No, I think that we probably should use syllabics. So if we look at the in the downtown core, right, they have a lot of streets down there where they actually use Chinese syllabics, right, to name the streets. So why would we not incorporate our own Cree syllabics or Sioux syllabics or whatever, right, into the street names?
So have like English and syllabics.
Yes, yeah, I agree with this too.
So who would you guys want to see on a like right now they're changing one of these Saskatoon parks to Chief Darcy Bear Park. So that's one of the things they're doing in this initiative. What are some of the people that you think would be, I don't know, worthy of a street name, park, or a neighborhood?
Sitting Bull.
Oh, I second that one. Sitting Bull or Crazy Horse. Like, who wouldn't want to live on Crazy Horse Ave?
Just Crazy Avenue. That would be perfect for Regina.
Yeah, I agree with Crazy Horse as well. And we were talking kind of about Louis Riel, but kind of just throwing some more Métis names and influences in, I think would be Gabriel good.
Dumont
there needs
as
to be
well.
variation for sure with all the different
What about any of the current leaders? Like, for example, Chief Darcy Bear Park, Darcy Bears, I believe, is the current chief out in Whitecap, Dakota.
Yes.
So would you think of anybody currently that, like Shawneen Pete?
Shawneen Pete Ave.
Shawneen Pete Way. Or a park. Or a neighborhood.
Wow. I think you got to work your way up. Hey, you go street name.
She's up there.
Neighborhood, right? Oh, I'm just saying names in general would be pretty funny.
I just gotta can you guys think of anybody that you would think in this lifetime right now in the past 30 years, 20, you guys are 20, past 20 years, we'll say.
Well, I'm pretty sure that there's a street or a boulevard named after Chief Pie Pot, is there not?
I think there is in Regina, I think.
Yeah, I think it's actually in Regina.
Like with the current pipeline?
Yeah. Well, I think that it's because he's one of the signatories, right?
Yeah. I think it's in the northern neighborhood. North? Maybe?
Yeah.
I'm not too sure. But that would be one current.
That would be one, yeah.
That's not even current. That's like from the 1870s, but okay. But anybody current though, like I know that Oliver Brass has a school named after him in Saskatoon.
Ooh, and there's a Teresa Stevenson, right? Teresa Stevenson Park.
Really? That's interesting.
It's in the East End, I believe.
Yeah, which is
pretty
awesome.
I went to it a couple times actually.
Right. What about the reserves? Do you guys think they could be, the street names or neighborhoods could be named after our reserves?
Well, I was even thinking like Chief Tony Cody, just with what he's done at the First Nations.
Right.
Oh,
that would be
so
sweet.
wonderful. Yeah, so I think that would be huge for all that he's done for the FNU and he continues to do with the land rights.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
That would be a good name. I like the idea of the reserves.
That would be really good. Yeah, I like
That's
that
a good
idea
one.
too.
There's 76 bands right now, I believe.
76 street names.
Yeah, 76 different
Wow.
street names, park names, or neighborhood names. Even neighborhood names. I don't know if I've ever heard of an Indigenous neighborhood name yet. I don't think I've ever heard one.
I don't think so either. I can't think of one in Regina.
No.
I'm thinking maybe Saskatoon is working on one. They have 16 different things they're doing.
Wow.
But Regina actually doesn't have this initiative yet. There's no call from our mayor or from our council or anything like that. But is that something a group could take to them, do you think, in Regina?
I think so. I don't know whether or not it's been done before. Like, I know that it was only just within the past few years that Regina has actually incorporated the Indigenous flag and the Métis flag at City Hall, right? So that's a whole new initiative. So I think if there were enough voices put forward, it would be something that a group of people could do.
Right, we could get that.
Yeah, I second that. Like at the university, for example, like the new Keswick Tower, I think it's important to kind of, in our institutions and everywhere else too, to kind of have those names. Yeah.
Okay, so why is it important?
Why is it important? Because we're from here, First Nations people, we're here as original inhabitants, right? And we're Treaty 4 people. And I just think it would be fair to have non-Indigenous and Indigenous both together, right?
Yeah, I think it's important because as an Indigenous person, we want to recognize that we are all treaty people in the province of Saskatchewan. We are all treaty people, everybody who lives in Canada, actually, right? So, and I think it's only fair that Indigenous people should be recognized as such and be honored as such.
What about the Métis contingent?
Yeah, even just with the reconciliation, I think that's huge. And even as you're talking about like Chinatown and the downtown, how there's kind of that area already. So I think implementing something with like the Indigenous culture is like necessary, extremely necessary.
It needs to happen.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
All right. So that was today's topic for the Res Experts, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Want to know a good name for a city street? Constant reminder. Check out this week's music feature.
generation.
Oh, we have a proud generation. So inspiring.
Generation now. It's exciting to see what our next generation is going to look like and what they're achieving.
And I just love there's so much variety. We got chefs, we have photographers, we have artists. There's just such a wide variety of everything.
I could be in a calendar, maybe the firefighter calendar.
Dream on, Cadmus.
Agribition.
Do you feel confident in catching a bull now? Do you think you can jump on one?
Jeez, I didn't have my Wranglers on there when I was on that mechanical bull.
Did you stand for 8 seconds?
Oh yeah.
How did
I
that
even
feel?
rode for Lane Frost for a little bit after it. How about the date night?
Well, I think in the end, a traditional man is my favorite.
Okay, I couldn't. I could have left you there. I didn't have to save you.
You did well. Thanks, Romy.
Thank you. Indigenous love.
Well, I think it's bannock and some lard, maybe some jam. That's indigenous love to me.
I kind of see you going to KFC, dipping you and your snags fingers in the gravy,
and then we meet up with
the gravy
Cadmus
off
at the
your
Rainbow, $2.
And constant reminder.
They're awesome, man.
Very
Sweet Child
good.
of Mine. They just really know how to rift it off.
They're really good. I bought a couple CDs after.
Did you really?
Yes.
They're so talented. A proud generation, for sure.
They're saying some really good songs, so they're going in a good direction. But with that,
thanks, guys, so much. Doksha, we'll see you soon.
See you soon.